welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today is a very exciting video because I finally broke down and got myself a TBR cart. I'm very excited about this because this will be very handy in my book organization. And this is just a basic like utility cart that I got on Amazon. I got it in black to match my bookshelves and I thought that was really cute. But so far it's working out really well. It rolls around super easy, so it's nice and handy. And then I just stacked all the books on here that are like really high up on my TBR because I have a lot of unread books and obviously all of them wouldn't fit on here, so the rest of them are kind of like scattered in my bookshelf, the ones that aren't read yet. Also, just like the first book in a series that I haven't started yet is on here, whereas the rest of the series is on my bookshelf. And then once I read that book, I'll put it up there and then swap out the next book that's like, you know, next one in the series I'm able to read. So yeah, so that's kind of the idea behind the TBR cart. I'm really excited to use it for the first time today. And I also made myself a little TBR jar with prompts that I found online, and I printed them out and kind of like folded them up in here. So I think it's a cute idea. I like how people are doing the whole TBR jar, uses my monthly reads or whatever, and I wanted to go ahead and give that a try as well. So I think I'm going to be choosing 10 books for my May TBR because I want to give myself options in case I'm not in the mood for one while I'm reading it, and I think 10 will be more than enough. Okay, so let's get started. Really quickly, I did already start reading Funny Story by Emily Henry in May. So this is going to be the first book of the May TBR. This is actually the large print paperback that was on Amazon because I wanted a paperback to go with my other Emily Henry books. However, this one is a little bit bigger. I don't mind it being a large print, but the actual book itself is a little bit bigger than my other Emily Henry books. And it doesn't match size-wise, but that's okay because this book is actually incredibly floppy. Like, this is probably the floppiest book that I have. So I decided that I'm going to keep it, and I don't really mind that the size is a little bit different. And I already started reading it too, so. So this is the first book that I'm choosing for May, and this is also my very first Emily Henry book, which I'm really excited about. So far I'm loving it, but you will get my full review during my month-end wrap-up. So book number 1 is Funny Story by Emily Henry. And obviously that doesn't get a prompt because I already started reading it. Then for the next one, just gonna choose something. All right. A book you think you will rate 5 stars. A book you think you will rate 5 stars. Okay. So for this prompt, what do I think I will rate 5 stars? You can't see on the bottom here, but I have a few fantasy books to choose from. I have Belladonna, Powerless, Serpent, The Wings of Night, Once Upon a Broken Heart, The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo, A Fate Inked in Blood, Throne of the Fallen. I have the third book of Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas, and The Predator, which is a dark romance. I also have some romances on the back side here, which are, ooh, yes, Archer's Voice is on here. And I have a few Emily Henry books on here. And I also have Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. I think that might be a 5-star. Love in Other Words is a highly popular one as well by Christina Lauren, which I think might be a 5-star. I think I'm going to go with Archer's Voice. Yeah. So I think this is the one I'm going to choose for the prompt of a book I think is going to be 5 stars. Okay. All right, we got one. A book with a person on the cover. Oh, okay. I think I'm going to choose Wildfire for this because it does have 2 people on the cover. I just finished Icebreaker and I loved it, and I've been wanting to get to this one. This one I think is 2 camp counselors or something like that. I'm not really sure exactly what the plot of the story is, but it feels kind of summery. It looks kind of summery, so I'm also kind of like in the mood for like a romance kind of summery read right now. So I'm going to go with Wildfire for a book with a person on the cover. Okay. Book number 4, or prompt number 4, is going to be A book inspired by an element, air, fire, etc. Okay, so I think for this, I'm going to go with Crescent City, House of Flame and Shadows. Flame is obviously fire. I just finished book 1 and 2, House of Earth and Blood and House of Sky and Breath, and I loved them. So I was hoping to get a prompt that would fit this book to go ahead and read that in May. So I'm excited about that. That's going to be the next book. Moving on. A title that contains punctuation. I don't think I have any. A title that contains punctuation. The only one I have for this, I think, is Love Theoretically, because it's got love, comma, theoretically. This is the only one that actually fits this prompt that I have on this cart right now. So this is the one I'm going to go with, which is fine because I've been wanting to read this for a really, really long time. It's been sitting on my shelf for a while. So this is going to be the next book for May, Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. And I did just read her book Bride, which is her fantasy novel / paranormal romance. And I really, really loved it. So I'm excited to read more of her books. Moving on, we have the next one. A book with a moon on the cover. A book with a moon on the cover. It will have to be this one. Does Part of Your World have a moon on the cover? Ooh, it does. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Part of Your World. Half a Soul has a moon on the cover, and then Part of Your World has a moon right there. I'm kind of more in a romance mood right now, so I think I want to choose more romances. This one does kind of have like, this is like a crescent moon, but it's kind of upside down, but I noticed that here it's more of a moon and some stars. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Abby Jimenez, Part of Your World, for a book with a moon on the cover, which is right there. All right, next. A book with stars on the cover. A book with stars on the cover. Yeah, I think I have to go with Half a Soul for this, unless there's something on this side. Yeah, I have to go with Half a Soul for this one, so I guess I am choosing both of these. This one does have stars on the cover. I have no idea what this is about, but it's a relatively short book, so hopefully it won't take very long to read. Okay, so we've got 7 books now, so we need 3 more. Okay, got it. A book at least 500 pages long. That shouldn't be too hard. I think Love Redesigned, I've been wanting to read that. So let's see how many pages this is. 519 pages. That's what we're going with. Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. The second book of this series comes out June or July. I think it's June. So I did want to get this read. So this is going to be the next book that I choose. And this is for at least 500 pages long. Swiftly moving on. I've got another one right there. A book set in your favorite season. A book set in your favorite season. Actually, summer and fall are my favorite seasons. So, this looks like it might be fall. Two wrongs make a right. I think this one might be fall. But then this one, 99 Days, looks like it is summer because they're sitting on a lake. Do we have anything on this side? I think I'm actually going to go with a summer book. I think I'm going to go with Beach Read by Emily Henry because I do love fall, but I think summer is actually, in fact, my favorite season. I've always loved summer way before I ever loved fall, so I think I'm going to go with Beach Read for a book set in your favorite season. Just moved some of these guys forward from the back side. You can see them. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, last one. Okay. A book with an animal companion. A book with an animal companion. What are we gonna do for Animal Companion? Let's see. I don't really know if in any of these stories they do have animal companions, so I'm just kind of looking for one on the cover. Obviously, because I haven't read them. Yeah, I don't have one with an animal companion on the cover, so I'm gonna have to pick a different one. Unfortunately, although I did choose one. See, Part of Your World. This has a goat, so that would have worked. But too bad that one's already been chosen, so I have to pick a different one. Your most recent book purchase. I did just get the novella to Powerless, but I haven't read Powerless yet. So I've been wanting to read Powerless, and this is my most recent book purchase. This literally arrived yesterday. So I think I'm going to put this on the TBR, but I'm also going to add this on the TBR to read this first, because I believe you're supposed to read this first and then the novella. This is 1.5. So that's going to be how I justify that. I don't know if I'll be able to get through all of these, but we'll see. So I technically have 11 books in the pile, but this one is a tiny little novella. So that's my justification. I'm going to go through them backwards because that's how I have them stacked right here. So we've got, for my most recent book purchase, I have Powerful, but I also have to read Powerless first because I haven't read that, and that is high up on my TBR. So this is for your most recent book purchase. Then a book set in your favorite season. I have Beach Read by Emily Henry. This is set in the summer season, so I'm really excited about this, and I've been really, really wanting to read this. So I've got 2 Emily Henry books on this TBR today. Then we have a book at least 500 pages, which is Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. This is 519 or 520 pages, I believe, 519. So that's this one. Then we have a book with stars on the cover. I've chosen Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. It's got stars on the cover. I don't know what this is about, but I've been seeing people read this on BookTube, so I'm excited to read it as well. Then we have a book with a moon on the cover, which I chose Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. It's got a moon right there. It also has a little goat, which would have been good for the animal companion, but I've already had chosen this one. A book that contains punctuation. We've got Love Theoretically. It's got a little comma right there, by Ali Hazelwood. So that's this one. I've also been wanting to read that for a very long time. Then we have a book inspired by an element, fire, air, water, whatever. So I went with House of Flame and Shadow. Flame is fire, so we're gonna go with this one. A book with a person on the cover. I'm going with Wildfire by Hannah Grace for this. I've been excited to read this. It's got 2 people on the cover. And then we have a book that you think you will rate 5 stars, and I'm going with Archer's Voice for this because everybody basically that I've seen read this has rated this 5 stars. So I do think this is going to be a 5-star. And then finally, the last one that doesn't have a prompt, but I'd already started reading it, is Funny Story by Emily Henry. And this is also a new release. That is our stack. I was going to go with 10 books, but we ended up with 11. So these are the books I have on my May TBR. So that's our stack. We got 11 books. We were going to do 10, but we ended up with 11. What are you going to do? So that's it for today. I do hope I get through all these books. They all look like really good ones, and I've had them on my TBR for a while. So let's hope that this is another great reading month. I'm very excited for it. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. As always, all my links are down below for my Goodreads, TikTok, and Instagram. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It would really help out my new channel, and we'll see you in my next video.